everyone, welcome to my channel, The Learning Destination. And today I am going to cover the topic how we can create the EKS cluster in AWS Cloud. Before starting this course, I would like to highlight one thing that this course is especially designed for those people who have already the Kubernetes idea. And that is the reason that I am not going to cover the basic topic of Kubernetes in this course. So let's start how we can create the EKS cluster in AWS console. So firstly, I am going to create one user. I am going to give it name EKS admin and I am giving it AWS console access as well. Why I am giving the AWS console access, I will explain later in this course. I am going to assign it here administrator access. However, it is highly recommended you only grant those access those is needed. And if you are deploying for the productions, it is highly recommended you should not give administrator access until it is needed. Okay, so I am going to use this user to create the cluster, and that's the reason that I need access key and secret key. So let's copy it somewhere. And I also need this password later to log in AWS Management Console. So I am copying it as well. Now I am going to create EKS cluster. So the command is very simple. You can put EKSCTL, create cluster, then cluster name. Let's say I am creating cluster my EKS, and then you can give the version, and I'm going to use 1.20, then node group, and let's say the node group name is my EKS -node, and then --node -type. Then I'm going to use t2.micro, and then the nodes, number of nodes. So I'm going to spin up 3 nodes managed. Okay, so before running this, I forgot to tell you that I need to configure the user which I have just created. Since my previous user is already logged on, and that's why now I want to deploy this cluster with the newly created user. So that's why I'm running this AWS configure once again. Let's keep this secret. Then the reason I'm going to spin up this cluster in US-East-1, that is Virginia. Reason, then output should be JSON. Okay, so let me copy those commands. Okay, no problem. EKSCTL, create cluster --name, give the cluster name my EKS, then give the --version 1.20, then --node group name my EKS -nodes, then give --node type that I'm going to use t2.micro, then --number of nodes that I'm going to spin up 3 --managed. Okay, so I am going to pause this video because this is going to be take some time, approx around 15 to 20 minutes. Once the cluster will be created, I will be resume on this video. So till the time I am going to pause this video. Let's get back to the tutorial now, and you can see the message the cluster has been successfully created. You can check other informations, just scroll it up and you can see other informations here. Now we are going to check the cluster status inside the AWS console. And for that, we need to visit EKS sections. Then under the cluster sections, we can find our cluster name. So you can see that my EKS cluster has been successfully created. But currently, I am checking with my root user account. Now, if you remember starting of this video, I have already created one IAM user. The name was EKS admin. So now I am going to log in with that IAM user EKS admin and will check the cluster status. So let's log in. So I'm using another browser to log in with my IAM user. The name was EKS admin. Visit the Elastic Kubernetes Services part. Under the cluster sections, you can see the cluster has been successfully created and I'm logged in with my EKS admin role. And here you can check the node group which I have already created in a starting, and given the name of the node group is my EKS nodes. Then under the workload sections, you can check what are the resources has been created. So now let's create some resources and check that how it looks like here. So for that, I have already one deployment file here and I'm going to create one deployment. Okay, so the resources has been successfully created. Now let's check. So you can see here the pod has been created, deployment is created, replica set also created, all are in ready state, and this is the service which is by default the previously it was created. So let's check in AWS console the workloads. Okay, so I need to go in EKS admin because this user doesn't have that permission to check that. So let's refresh it. Here we go. So you can see that the workload, the test deployment, we can see here. So that has been already successfully created. So now one more thing I would like to highlight, that you can check all these events under the CloudTrail. So if you go in CloudTrail and event history, so here you can check that all your activity, the clusters, what time the cluster has been created, which user was involved. And if you want to check all the aspects that how your cluster is running, so you can go to the cloud formation section. So you can see that here these two stack has been created. So basically in behind the scenes, generally it scale it up the EC2 instances, the auto scaling group and the load balancers, so which keeps running your clusters. Yeah, so that's all for this lectures guys, and if you like my videos then please do like, subscribe and share my channel. So see you in my next lecture. Until then, bye bye, thanks for watching, take care, thank you so much.